Well, hello, happy Thursday. Thank you so much for joining me today. My name is Cheryl Abernathy, and I'm the owner of Elegant Sentiments, and you are here at Elegant Sentiments today. We are working on, well, not working on, we are sharing the weekly greeting card number 16. So thank you so much for coming by. And for those that are watching remotely, thank you for stopping and watching my video. So we will go ahead and get started very quickly here. Let's see. Okay, so these are the products that we're going to be working with today. We're using wild wheat, and this is textured ribbon, one of our new in colors. And then, of course, I've got the I can say that word, wild wheat ink, and we have some pretty peacock ink. I like these two colors together. And then for embellishments, we have the 2023 to 2025 in color dots, and we'll be using some of those. And we're using the nested essentials dies. This one, we're using this second size here. And we're also using the layering leaves stamp set and the bow punch. So those are the products that we will be using. And get these out of the way, and I will actually show you the card that we're going to make. This is the card. We're using the sentiment sending hugs, and we'll do a little bit of stamping. Oh, another product I forgot to show you is this is the Fresh as a Daisy Designer Series paper. And this particular sheet, as you can see, it's got all these different little panels that make a really quick and easy card. So we're going to be using a portion of this panel for today's card. And so we've got a little bit of that DSP down here. We're going to do some stamping on a piece of basic white cardstock. And we used the bow, stamped some leaves and punched them out with a bow punch. And we used some pretty peacock cardstock and some basic white cardstock to do the little flowers. And then we have our little gem. And on the inside, we just did a little stamp in the corner. So we have plenty of room for our note. And then we have the stamped envelope to coordinate. So that's the project. And I have, excuse me, I don't know why I've been clearing my throat all day. So I have some on the bow punch. It punches out two different things, this little leaf or this little flower and the leaves. So I punched some of the leaves in basic white. I don't know how many, I got more than I need actually. But I'll always keep those extras for later. And then I have two of the leaves that I punched in Pretty Peacock, and then 3 leaves that I stamped using the Pretty Peacock ink on basic white and then punched using the punch. I've done that already. And then this is a piece of our foam adhesive sheet that I've cut to fit behind that sentiment that I've already die cut and stamped. So we'll go ahead and get started. We have this piece. I forgot to write down the measurements. It is 2 by 4 1/4. And then this piece is 4 by 5 1/4 of basic white. There's actually 2 pieces of that. The other one, it goes on the inside. And then we have a piece of Pretty Peacock that is 4 1/8 by 5 3/8. And then we have an A2 cardstock made out of thick basic white. And again, here's the inside that I've already stamped and the coordinating envelope. So for today, all we have to do is a little bit of stamping and a little bit of assembly, and we're going to be all done. So we're using the this excuse me, this leaf stamp here on the stamp set, and then that's the sentiment. So we'll go ahead and mount our leaf and stamp that onto this piece of basic white cardstock that we have here. And while I'm getting this going, I wanted to remind everybody that we've got 1 week from today. If you earned coupon codes last month, you've got 1 week to get those orders in and use those coupons. Don't let those coupons go to waste. I almost forgot about mine, and so I'm going to be placing an order this weekend. I still haven't placed my pre-order for my the new catalog that comes out, and we just stamp these. It'll be available next month, but as a demonstrator, of course, we get early access, one of the many benefits that I like, and we get to buy them at a discount too. That is probably one of the best things about it. And so I'm just randomly stamping these leaves around, and I don't have to go all the way down this panel, but I'll do a few extra just for good measure. And then I'll fill in around the edges here. Let's see, I guess we want that to go there. Yeah, we'll do, how are we gonna get this one? Let's just get this guy right there. Okay, so we have the stamping done. Get this out of the way. And then we'll add the piece of designer series paper. And this is, I just love these two colors together. And this piece was really what inspired this card for me. I looked at that panel and I thought, gosh, that's so pretty. What can I do with it? And so this is what I came up with. A lot of times I just look at something. Usually it's a piece of DSP. And I might try to mimic what I see in the DSP with just regular stamping. And some of the time, I just use the colors. It just all depends upon, you know, what pops into my little head as I'm sitting in my craft room trying to figure out what I'm going to make. So we'll just trim a piece of that off and adhere to the back. Oh, before we do that, I've got, I don't know if you can see that, but there's a teeny little piece of cardstock or DSP that's hanging over. So I'm gonna trim that off. Yeah. So I'll put some glue back here. I think this is about where, yeah, it's about right. And trim this, push that around to cover up that seam there. And at this point, I'll go ahead and put this onto the pretty peacock panel and then finish out the card front after I do that. I probably could have picked up those little shreds there, but they're glued down there now. Okay. And we'll put this onto our panel and get that as straight as I can get it. I need a little bit more light because I got this dark on dark. Let's see. It's easier to see when there's some white behind it. Let's try it again. There we go. Yeah, I usually have a, well, not usually, but sometimes I'll have a, oh my goodness, I'll have a crafting sheet on my tabletop, and I don't have these kind of issues when I'm working with dark colors against this gray background. But there we go. Okay, so we got that on there. And then we'll go ahead and adhere this to the card front. I got a little, oh, there it is. that had some sticky on there. Okay. So I hope you guys have been staying safe and staying out of this heat. It's been kind of crazy, at least here. And I know it's been hotter than in other places that it is here. So I try to just count my blessings. Okay, so there we go with that. And then we'll arrange the leaves behind the sentiment panel, and then we'll put the piece on there. So let's see. I kind of take a eyeball it a little bit and see what looks pretty good. I think that'll work for this side, and I'll stick the white one. Okay, so I'm going to go ahead and put some adhesive on the back. I'll make sure I got it right. Okay, just in that corner. And I'll go ahead and stick those down. Yeah. Yeah, move that down a little further. So might need a little more adhesive back there for that piece. And then I'll just take one of these flowers and stick it in between. So I'll just put some glue on the back end, on the front rather, of this flower, and just tuck it down in there. Okay, oops, no, I think I want it in front, not back there. How do we? Come on, I want you to cooperate. There we go. And then we'll do the same thing on the other side. Just put some glue down and put our other, let's see, with the flower in the front. So put it down first. There we go. And then I'll put this kind of coming off to the side a little bit. And then this piece. Okay. And then once you have that down the way you want it, I use the foam adhesive piece to kind of keep everything together. Put that on there. And then play around a little bit with it to see where I want it to go. Trying to make sure our leaves don't, this one might, I guess we're gonna have to be flip with that. Okay. All right, so once you have it where you think it's gonna go, all you need to do is put that down. I want part of the ribbon to show underneath. So we'll just put it like that. And then we'll take one of our 2023 to 2025 in color dots and stick it. I'll just take one of the wild wheat. These are, and stick it right there. And that is this week's weekly card share. This is oops, no, we're not quite done, almost. we need to put the inside. We want to have a pretty place to write our notes, so I'm going to make sure we put that on the inside, and then we'll be done. So with that, I just stamped 3 leaves over in the corner, and we'll just put that on the inside. Give it a nice little burnish to smooth out those edges everywhere. Okay, and that then completes weekly card share number 16. Thank you again for stopping by. I hope that you enjoyed seeing the project, and I hope that you'll come back next week to see weekly card share number 17. Thank you so much for stopping by. I hope you have a fantastic week, and remember to live graciously. Have a wonderful week. Bye for now.